Get ready with me while I tell you some crazy stories of growing up in Saginaw, Michigan. When I was 10, my dad's house was shot up in a drive-by, and one of the bullets went through the front of the house, through the living room wall, then through the hallway wall, and it stopped right before my bedroom where I was sleeping. One time, my mom was dropping me off at my dad's house for his weekend with me, and she had her minivan full of DJ equipment because she used to DJ with my stepdad, and she left it running while she went around back to bring me to my dad's door because his front door was his back door. It was weird. And she went back out to the car and it was gone. Someone stole it. We used to get our shit stolen all the time. Like, we would leave the back screen door open and just be chilling in the living room and hear a noise, and we'd be like, what the fuck is that? And turn and look at the kitchen, and there'd be a bunch of kids just taking snacks, and my family was like, go ahead. No, I never cared because I loved the neighborhood kids. I was always playing with them, but I drew the line when I came outside one day, and they stole all the toys from my garage. I was pissed. I was like, where'd you get that baby doll from? Where'd you get that Barbie from? And they were like acting stupid, and I was like, that's mine. You stole my toys, bro. Oh my god, I had 2 cats growing up. I had a big fat orange cat named Teddy. He was the sweetest. And then a little black cat named Dolce, and she was a fucking bitch. Like, she was the worst cat. She was so mean. And one day my papu, my grandpa, came over, and he was like, I'm gonna take Teddy for a ride. And guess who never saw Teddy again? Yeah, at least take the mean cat, bro. Like, we don't know what happened to Teddy to this day. I'm not gonna lie. Rest in peace, Teddy. I love you. I miss you. We used to have a raccoon problem, and my dad's dumbass bought a gun one day. He was gonna shoot these raccoons that kept getting in our trash, and he was playing around with the gun, and he shot himself in the thumb. I don't know. I don't know. God, I have so many more stories of when I was a kid. Please let me know if you want to hear more.
Things my ex did, except I still stayed. He once told a girl I was his cousin so that they could Snapchat some interesting things to each other. But then when she checked his Instagram highlight and saw that we were actually kissing in one of the highlight pictures, she confronted him and was like, hey, like, why are you kissing her? I thought that was your cousin. And he just said that we were really close cousins. He once was really irritated at me and didn't want to drive me home. Instead, he dropped me off in a parking lot that was a 30-minute walk from my house in the pouring rain and made me walk. Threatened to go out and cheat on me because I was cheering a little too hard for my home team, even though I was a cheerleader. Cussed my mom out and then cussed me out when I didn't understand why he cussed my mom out. Threw a Gatorade bottle at my head because I said the shiesty that he wore on his head looks a little trashy. This one's really bad. Accused me of cheating on him with one of my best friends who was a girl, and then cheated on me with her anyway in the end. Would turn his location off when he went to work because he wanted to be locked in and that like he needed to really focus on his work. And one of his coworkers told me that he wouldn't even be at work on the days he told me he'd be at work, so he was just lying about where he was going. Told me that he was never worried about me cheating on him because I was ugly and no guy would ever want me. Threatened to himself if I ever left him, and so I was too scared to leave him. Threatened to cheat on me when he found out that I followed some of the guys from the school that we both went to. Made me walk home after one of my football games because there wasn't enough room in his car to drive me home, and he really wanted to go to Wingstop with his friends instead. It was pitch dark, by the way. This one's also really funny. He LARPed as a Puerto Rican except didn't know any Spanish even though he claimed he did. And when I would ask him what a Spanish word was, he would secretly Google Translate it on his phone and then tell me after 30 seconds of trying to remember. This was bad too, they're all bad. If I fell asleep without saying goodnight, he would drive by my house and throw a rock at my window to make sure I was actually in my room. If I didn't text him back while I was at cheer practice within like 20 minutes, he would automatically assume that I was cheating on him with one of the guys at practice. Also would think that if I had a stunt with one of them as well, even though that's not up to my control. Threatened to break up with me because I just said I didn't feel comfortable with him going to a sorority party with one of his friends in college. Ended up going, by the way. Told me I'm uneducated and the reason women shouldn't be able to vote because I said I didn't support the Republican Party. Anyway, let me know if y'all want part 2 because I dated some really crazy guys and I definitely have a lot more stories.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Isabella and today I have a story time for you guys while I get ready. Okay, so basically this is going to be on my most recent ex's name. We're just going to drop names. His name is John, okay? He was probably one of the worst people I think I've ever been with. Whenever he would get mad at me, or if I did something wrong, he would always text my mom. Like, don't you have other people to talk to about things? You have to text my mom? That's embarrassing. He always talked and like texted my friends. He would be like, oh yeah, guess what Isabella did? She did this, this, and that. He basically got everyone against me. Now that we're broken up, he's getting a lot more people against me, which is chill. He thinks that I fucked like other guys. I did not fuck anyone when we were together. Like, are we serious? And just because I'm friends with a guy doesn't mean I fucked him. Like, that's what he thinks in his head. He said, like, he made fun of me for cutting myself. And he was like, oh yeah, I bet you're so hurt about this, so go cut yourself for every mistake you've ever done. Which I'm not going to, because I'm not going to let him win. That's stupid. He would always tell me how bad of a girl I was. Like, yeah, he called me a hoe, he called me anything disrespectful you can think of, he called me. He body shamed me. Like, alright. He was literally like 20 pounds heavier than me, and I'm 120, so he would always threaten to kill himself if I accidentally made him mad. And he actually took 7 pills in front of me one time to try to kill himself, and I made him throw up because I was not about to see that. I'm not about to watch you kill yourself. He would isolate me from my friends, and it felt like really drowning. Like, I can't talk to no one. He got my childhood best friend against me as well, just like all the other people he's got against me. He also really liked to tell me that I had mental issues, and he was like, you need to get help. But I already have a therapist. And also he hated how I was bipolar, but also that's like really, really hard to control, and I haven't talked to anyone about how to fix it yet, so it's kind of impossible to fix it if I don't know how. He told everyone different stories of what actually happened. He started making rumors about me. It's just really crazy. He's like added me on other accounts and was just like dissing on me and everything. And he posted a TikTok about me. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see the TikTok he made about me, because I will save that video and I will show you guys it. And also, this is not the ex I was talking about in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, go watch that one. But the ex I was talking about in that video was a different one from a while ago. I just realized I've not been getting ready this whole time. I literally just put a primer on. It's chill though. But then now I'm getting death threats because people think, oh, like I'm such a bad person. He gave all these images out to people that isn't true. So that's nice. I'm feeling like this is not fair. I've decided to be mature and not say anything back to it, like badly. I just said, like, that's embarrassing that you're doing all this. Like, alright, he's bringing up my family, he's doing all this and that. He's manipulative and gaslighted. Like, he gaslights a lot. And he wants to call me weird, manipulative, a hoe. He texts a lot of other girls. He threatens to text girls when I talk to one of my guy friends from my childhood. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think on this situation, because I'm actually appalled. Bye guys, love you.
Already know y'all bitches want a story time, so here we go. Okay, damn. Story time, the time I got exposed. Ooh. I'm digging up this memory for you guys, so you're welcome. I got exposed twice. So, this story will be the worst one, and then the next story time I do after will be, it was not that bad, okay? This one was bad, and honestly, this situation still makes me mad to this day, because it was fucked up what happened to me, but let's get on with it, okay? I was like maybe 16, 17, and I was hanging out with my sneaky link, okay? That's pretty much what it was. Did I want a relationship with him? Yes, but did he want that? No. So yeah, we were basically hanging out around Newport on the levee. We were riding around little bikes around the city, whatever. We were chilling, having a good time. We're smoking a little, having a good time. And then, of course, he was like, when are we gonna do this? You know, like that's the whole reason why I'm here. He was a dog, but did I hate myself? Yes. So, yeah, I had no self-respect. And I thought that was love, okay? I thought Smex was love because of trauma. But yeah, I was also young. Anyways, That's what he wanted to do, so we're gonna find a place to do it. Also, we couldn't go back to my house because my parents were strict at the time. I don't know why we couldn't go to his house, but he was like, let's just park somewhere and do it in the car. So we went back in the car after having a little date, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And we were driving around, and he was like, nobody's around this area. Even though Newport is kind of like a populated area, he was like, nobody's around this area. We pulled up to a White Castle. Okay, we kind of parked away from everyone. And then I took my clothes off, he took his clothes off, and we started doing the do. Next thing I know, in my little ear, I hear, I look over, there is five guys, just walking by the car, and then they like looked in the car and saw me, and then I like went down really quick, tried to cover up, get some clothes on, and then they ran over to the car, and I did not have enough time to change, by the way, so hold this, that, everything out, okay? And started recording, like in the window, the window was cracked, like stuck the phone through the window trying to record me, and the dude I was with, he was a pussy, but he was like, stop, and I was like, then they kind of like walked away, they were laughing, I'm like, stop, like delete that video, what the fuck are you gonna do, like delete that video, and he was like, I'll delete it if you, all five of our, and I said, no, what do you think I was gonna say, no, okay, and then he was like, okay, well, if you don't do it, I'm gonna post it on my Snap, and I was like, please, whatever, I just kind of ignored it, we drove out of there, dropped me back off home, and I was just chilling, probably watching Shameless at the time, and then I get a bunch of texts. Is this you? Is this you? Is this you? And the video that they sent was that video. Some dude posted it on a Snapchat story, and I said, no, that's not me. Like, what? Just because that girl has brown hair? Like, don't you know? There's a bunch of girls with brown hair. Why do you think it's me? So, yeah, I said no, and, like, people actually kind of believed me, but if you're seeing this now, people from my life before, it was me. I need to charge my phone. It's on 5%. But yeah, trauma.
When I was 13 years old, I accidentally made my Catholic book club at my school read smut. How did this happen, you might ask? Well, let me just sit you down and tell you real quick. So I was 13 when COVID hit, and I know everyone's like, oh, 13 was the perfect time to be, you know, in COVID and whatever, but for me, it was just kind of tough. You know, middle school is just like socially like shitty no matter what, but the whole online aspect definitely added to that. So I definitely found friends online, like in fandoms I would want to be a part of, right? One fandom in particular that I was a part of, if you know, you know, it's Julie and the Phantoms. And if you know, there's a lot of LGBTQ representation in this show, but there was like only one season of this show, so there was only so much we could talk about it. Like, you know that one meme of Dolores holding the corn in Encanto, and like it says above, it says, I never noticed that she was holding corn in this scene, someone tweets, and then someone underneath goes, y'all running out of stuff to say about this. So I was in a group chat and we were all recommending like shows and books, and Red, White, and Royal Blue came up. Sorry. And mind you, I'm like the youngest one in this group chat. Like, I probably shouldn't have been in this group chat. It wasn't like creepy or anything. It was just that like, I don't think they were aware of how young I was. And if they were, that was like not good. But I got recommended Red, White, and Royal Blue because people said it was like very similar to these two characters from Julie and the Phantoms, Alex and Willie. I don't know where they got that information from because seriously, there's no correlation there. They're just both gay. Like, that's it. So I'm in the middle of like my 7th grade year, right? And everyone starts coming back into person for classes and stuff. And so I decided to join my school's book club. And like this book club was very small because my school was just like tiny. Like I'm talking like 100 kids throughout the whole school, K through 8. Sorry, TK through 8. But yeah, I remember becoming like a part of this book club, and I read a couple books and stuff. And then by the end of the year, they were like asking like, what book should we read next? And I hadn't looked into Red, White, and Royal Blue yet, but I thought like, let me put you guys on because it's similar to Julie and the Phantoms, right? And everyone knew I loved that show of my friends. Like, you know, everyone knew. I forgot to mention that in this book club, there was a proctor who was my math teacher at the time. So she knew and had to look up whatever books that we were like trying to read, right? And she swore she looked all of them up, right? But somehow we all landed on my suggestion. And I remember reading that book being like, yes, like I'm gonna finish this book first. And then I got to a scene where it wasn't quite PG-13 at all. And I remember like reading through it, I was like, maybe it means something different, like gaslighting myself and stuff. And then I realized, like, holy shit, like, it says, like, he's bottoming and stuff, like. And I closed my book gently in my bed, and I was like, oh shit. This was the last thing I needed in the school year. Like, I'd already gone through so much during that school year. Like, between shit I had, like, created for myself and people just being rude, like, that year was just not the best year to have an occurrence like that happen. But I remember everyone, like, read it, and we were all like, so, are we gonna talk about the book we just read? Thankfully, we only had, like, 2 weeks left of school when this was, like, recommended, and the day that we were talking about it, the proctor wasn't there. And I guess she never looked up what the book was, like, about, but it was just horrible. Everyone was like, Molly, like, why are you freaked out, bro? Like, why are you recommending us books with, like, gay porn? I was like, guys, I'm not even like that, I swear, like, I'm not. Anyways, that's my story. If anyone ever tells you to go read a book or recommend a book to someone else, you need to look up what it's about first, like, I swear.
Men need to be stopped. Men need to be stopped. There needs to be a class about social etiquette and about how men should be approaching women, because this is actually getting out of hand. I was on my way, beep bop boop, going to the gym, beep, yay, so happy, and this guy is like whispering in his driver mirror, like, you look good, and I'm like looking the other way, because I'm like, oh my gosh, please, like, let me just go to the gym. Well, this man pulls over on the side of the highway, follows me to the gym. I whipped it out there so fast I almost hit his car, because I was like, what are you doing? Who in what world told you that it was okay to follow me? What is wrong with you? And this is not the first time this has happened to me. I've had someone follow me to work before to try to hit on me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I am just simply driving. I'm not, it's not an invitation to talk to me because I have my window down. Like, it's not fair that I simply can't just put a face on and simply just go to work and feel good about myself. I feel like I have to refame myself and make myself look less attractive to the public because they can't control themselves. It's not fair. And then today, I had a man follow me from another branch that I worked at. Find out what branch I work at. Come to my branch to try to give me a letter. I don't know what the letter entailed, but last time I got a letter from a customer, it was very, very inappropriate. Very, very inappropriate. I slid that back so fast. I said, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Like, appreciate it, but like, have a nice day. It's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, you should be sorry. Actually, no, that man did not even say sorry. He was like, oh man, it was worth a shot. Worth a shot? I could be your grandchild. And I just want to know where these men's grandchilds are at. Because, like, sir, I really, like, how do you view your grandchildren? How do you view your grandchildren? Because I should be viewed as your grandchild. I look like a child. I look like a child. I am very aware of that. And the fact that these men think it's okay to try to, one, follow me, leave me letters, follow me to my branch, that is so weird. And my verses all week is like, be compassionate, be forgiving. Lord, I can't be compassionate for this. I cannot. It's so hard. Like, this is not fair. Like, oh, like, you should be glad. Like, you shouldn't be complaining. This isn't enjoyment. To be harassed is not enjoyment. Like, yeah, I get it. They're just seeing what they see. But, like, at the same time, respect me. I'm a woman. Like, what? And I look like a child. I'm not a child, but I look like one. It's not fair. It's not fair, and these men need to be stopped. I don't know whose grandpa is out there that's hitting on these young women, but someone needs to clock them. They need to be clocked. They need to, you know, get these men right. I don't know where their class went, but it's out the door. It's out the door. And I know I'm not alone, and that's the sad part. I know women in business get this all the time, whether you're a business owner or in any type of business financial field. This is something that we experience, and it's not okay because it makes us feel unsafe, and it's not fair. And it's like, really, it's really uncomfortable. And I really, I'm coming to my wit's end. Like, one of these days is going to be my last straw. One of these days. You know what? The Lord is equipping me. The Lord is equipping me. Because I really handle every one of these situations so classy and respectful. But that's the opposite of what I want to do. I want to really say to them, you know I could be your grandchild, right? You know I could be your grandchild. Do you think your grandchild would be happy that you're doing this? No, I don't think they would. I don't think they would. But yeah, fellow story time. Love being a woman. Woo! Yay!
So I could probably get sued for this, but I don't even care because I feel like I should tell people. So if you live in Lake Charles, you know about the latte factory in the mall that replaced Starbucks, and I worked there for 2 days. 2 days and I quit. Please let me tell you why this shit is so fucking illegal and why you shouldn't get there. So first of all, everybody that works there is getting paid illegally. I didn't get paid because, well, I might get paid at some point, but I only worked for 2 days. But everybody else that worked there besides me and the manager was underage minors that probably don't even realize that what is happening is wrong there. Very wrong. And for reference, I've worked at like three different food places. So I know food safety and like what is up to standard and what isn't. So nothing was labeled or dated, nothing. Like any of the food, not labeled, not dated. You didn't know what it was you were looking at or when it was expired, unless it was something that was bought from Walmart that already had a label on it. Because let me fucking tell y'all, the lemonade was Walmart brand. So none of that shit's fresh. So also the manager there, bless her heart, she's a sweetie pie, but this is her first time working in food and they didn't teach her shit. So she didn't really know any of the basic food standards. On my first day, I had to teach her what FIFO is. So for anybody that doesn't know, that hasn't been in food, FIFO is first in, first out. So that means rotating the stuff in the fridge so that old stuff doesn't stay in the back of the fridge and then get used later when it's expired. So she didn't know what that is. Also, if you ever worked in food, you know that the sinks are all the same at food places. You got 3 sections. You got wash, rinse, and sanitize. Guess what they didn't fucking have? Sanitizer! So none of the dishes were being sanitized fully, like they should be. Also, if you ever know when you're like opening an ice bin and you get some ice out of it, you know, I feel like it's common sense that you shut it, especially when it's around customers. And if somebody really, really wanted to, they could just, you know, throw something in there, drug the entire mall, and we would never know because the manager there never shuts that shit. She leaves the ice bin wide open for everybody. Also, they make the workers bring home dirty rags to wash them at their house. I've never fucking heard of that shit in my life. Say you can't run a business without saying you can't run a business. That shit is insane. I'm not even supposed to know this, but there's 3 people, not including me, that are trying to sue the owner. It's really bad. I never met the owner because I was only there for 2 days, but I've heard that the owner is a cokehead. He also owns some other businesses. I'm not sure what they are, but Jeremy, I'm coming for your ass. You're done. You're done.
Get ready with me while we do a story time about how I was almost. Disclaimer, you can take this story like how you wanted or whatever. I was a freshman in high school and I was with a bunch of sophomores, so this is how we perceived everything. So basically, we all had to be somewhere for cheer to demo stuff, and then we had to be back in like 3 or 4 hours, but there wasn't enough time for us to go home, so we just went shopping. The place we were going shopping at had like an outside part of the mall and like an inside part of the mall, if that makes sense. Like outside, inside. And then you'll know how you always go into like a Macy's, a Nordstrom's, that stuff. This store had like a Dick's Sporting Goods like that. This is when free people movement and like that type of stuff was really popular, so that's what we all wanted to go buy. However, they didn't have a free people movement in the thing. But stores like Nordstrom and Dick's Sporting Goods carried it, so we were just gonna go to those stores. Go to Nordstrom's, whatever. I think one of us finds something, and then we're like, okay, we want to go to Dick's because we want like this specific thing. And for some reason, the entrance through the mall was like blocked off. Like you had to go through the outside entrance to get into Dick's. This is when our brains turned off and clearly we're not thinking. It was not like overly dark at this point. It was maybe like sunsetish, but there was like no darkness outside. I know that. And we were gonna go through this alleyway to get to Dick's because it was way quicker and it's not like ghetto. And the other way was like around like 5 or 6 stores, and it was going to be like a long walk. But still, there's like 3 or 4 of us, so we were like, it's fine. Everyone just look up, like, don't look at your phones. When we start in the alleyway, like, it's just us. Then we hear like footsteps behind us because obviously it's not like a loud mall, you can hear stuff. And we're like, okay, it's like nothing, they're going to Dick's, whatever. And then like someone looks back and he's like recording us, and we're like, okay, like put a pep in your step. Like, we don't look like frantic or anything, but we're like, put a pep in your step. But obviously that scared all of us, so we're like speed racing. We're walking like super fast, and then we notice he starts walking really fast. And then we're like, okay, maybe like go faster. And then this guy is like gaining on us, and we're like so close to reaching like people and like where they're all at. So we just start like sprinting, and then he starts like speeding up, but he won't sprint because we're literally like right in front of the store, almost like we're about to turn onto the street where you'd go to walk into the store. So then we get to the store. Hey, never mind, our cars are like nowhere near where we're at because it's a mall. We park somewhere else. And then we go into the store and we just like walk back to like a girl section, like whatever, like a section we would be in. And then we notice like he's looking like the door entrance, he's like standing in the middle, like looking side to side, like looking in the store, and we're like, what the fuck? And then he comes in the store and we're like scooting over to try to like not be dramatic to where it catches your eye, but like not for him to see us. And then we notice he is like a section down from us. Like, I guess he noticed us because we were just gonna like wait till we got away from the entrance, but then we found the free people. But everywhere we moved, he was just a section over from us. He moved around when we would move, and he just was a section away from us, and he was always on the phone. When he did see us, though, he was always looking at us and pointing at us, and I was like, this is sketch. So then one of the girls found a free people thing, and we went in the dressing room, and we stayed in there for like 20 minutes. Like, we were like, this guy's gotta leave soon. Like, he's not gonna wait forever. She wants to buy it, so we're like, okay, we'll go to the checkout. Like, it's fine. The section he was in was like this way. The checkout was like this way. So we were like, I'll be fine. When we're checking out, I notice he's exactly at the rack we got the stuff from, like waiting for us to come back and like put something back. So after we like went and checked out, I noticed he saw us because he started pointing at us, and then he was still on the phone, like, and he was like, and literally we sprinted so fucking fast because we just sprinted like the whole mall, the whole like way we came, and then go out to our cars. So yeah, nothing ended up happening, but it was so scary. So yeah, again, take this story time how you please. I was a freshman in high school. Like, I was fucking scared out of my mind. Like, I was like, oh, this is raps for me. But anyways, I love y'all all so much, and I hope y'all have an amazing day.
Story time when I flashed my coochie cat and my booty hole to the whole world on Snapchat, and everybody saw it, and I didn't notice till like 10 hours later that I had my fucking story uploaded as a fucking ass in new nature, and I didn't know. So this was back in 2021, and this was a time where I didn't believe in underwear or I didn't believe in bras, so I would literally be commando under my clothes, and I would literally never wear a bra. You will never catch me wearing a bra, never. I don't give a fuck, never, bitch. I would never wear a bra. I'll probably wear a bra if I was around like my dad and like family. But anyways, I would never wear a bra. Bitch, I would never wear fucking underwear. Bitch, underwears did not fucking exist to me. I would just fucking put on clothes and let's go. I had a two-piece on, bitch. I was on Snapchat. I recorded myself with the two-piece. I turned around, I fucking flashed my ass and flashed my coochie, and I started twerking, and I meant to send it to my boyfriend. Bitch, I sent it to my whole story, and everybody done saw my ass and my coochie for free on Snapchat. I didn't notice till hours later that my coochie and my ass was on Snapchat till people was blowing up my Snapchat, and I was like, wow, I just showed that for free. So you're fucking welcome, bitch, because you'll never say that again.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all how I hung out with Bruno Mars for an entire night. This story I still cannot believe is true. Like,
my life feels insane sometimes. Me and my friend Hannah got invited to his after party that he was going to after one of his concerts. It was Sunday night, I think. We go, obviously, that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So we get there like 10:45. We did not leave until probably 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even kidding. It was a really private party. Like, there was literally a handful of girls there. He hung out with me and Hannah and then our friend Lindsay too, probably a majority of the time, I feel like. And I find it so funny. We walk into this place. It was at Delilah's in Dallas. So we walk in and he comes up to us and like introduces himself, and I'm like, girl, I think like everyone knows you. He literally says like, hey, like I'm Bruno, or like, I don't think he called himself Bruno Mars. I think he just said, hey, like I'm Bruno, and like shook our hands. He was the same height as me, and I am 5'4.5". So if anyone wants to know, Bruno Mars is 5'4.5". But his outfit was low-key eating. He had on like baggy jeans and like a baggy button-up shirt. I don't know, like a denim set, matching set. But I don't think you'll understand that was actually the best night of my life, hanging out with Bruno Mars for literally 7 hours straight. I'm not even kidding. It did not hit me that I hung out with him all night until probably 2 weeks later. Just interacting with him, he was so chill. He was just amazing. I will probably never get over that night, and I think about it pretty much every single day because I hear him on the radio every single day. He really was the most genuine person ever. Like, I never expected him to like be so chill, but he did actually call me prettier than Shakira, and that's how I hung out with Bruno Mars literally all night. Bye.
Raise your hand if you woke up this morning to your ex-boyfriend of 7 years messaging you on Instagram. You open it and he proceeds to say, even though that I cheated on you, I didn't know you cheated on me. What? And you cheated on me multiple times. Hold on, I never did that either. What? We still had a beautiful relationship, and I really loved how you supported me and loved me through my trauma and through my depression. Okay? I keep having dreams about you, and I can't stop thinking about you. I think that we should rekindle things if you're down for that. I don't have social media. I downloaded Instagram just to message you because I wanted to reach out. Let me put the finger back up. And then you go to the bathroom because you're like, whoa, like I just woke up. That was crazy to read. You go to the bathroom, you come back, the message is gone. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? Did I actually read that? Yeah, he already had deleted it because he saw that I was active. Yeah, had that happen to me. That happened to me this morning. Crazy mother. How he perceived the relationship is nothing that actually happened. What? I cheated on you multiple times? No, I did not. You cheated on me? I didn't even know that.
If you have ever had a boyfriend where a sister completely hates your guts and you did nothing to her, you're gonna want to hear this story. Maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better about your situation. So this is one of many, by the way, mind you. So his cousin's getting married, all right? There's a wedding in question. So I go and I try to find me a dress, and I search high and low, and I finally find this dress that I absolutely love. So pretty, yellow. It's like long, it had like strings hanging off the back, super classy. And it was the color of the season. So, and I like yellow on me, so I got the yellow dress. I take it to get altered, and he orders a tie on Amazon, okay? Mind you, yellow tie, right? So it would match my dress. She shares an Amazon with him, so she calls him up as soon as she sees that he ordered that because they share an Amazon. She calls him up and says, what color dress did Lexus get? And he said, yellow. You would have thought that I mistaken her grandpa's urn for coffee and like made coffee with it. Like she was screaming on top of her lungs, like, how could you do this to me? Just like that. And I'm like, oh my God, like this woman is 31 years old. Like, why are you throwing a fit over a color of a dress, girl? Like, it's not that serious. If you would have been like, hey, like I really wanted to just wear yellow, like fine, I would just get another dress. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So she's freaking out, screaming, she's calling me up. Like the craziest names ever over a color of a dress. Okay, so yeah, weeks up until it's time for the wedding. She's been screaming, she's been crying every day. She convinced herself fully that I heard her say she was gonna get a yellow dress, so I also got a yellow dress. Mind you, her dress wasn't even yellow, it was actually gold. Fun fact. And there's no way that I could have heard her say she was gonna order this color dress because we didn't even talk. Like, in the beginning, I always was like, well, why don't you invite your sister? Like, invite your sister. See if your sister wants to go. Oh, like, would you want to go to a workout class with me? Like, I did everything I could, okay? Like, there's only so much you can do. She never wanted to leave the house. Cool, whatever. But the day of the wedding comes. Before she could even see me, I wore a different color dress because I was like, it's not even worth the drama. I didn't even want to go at that point. Like, let me stay home, please. Like, this is terrible. So I wear a different color dress. Before she sees me, she starts cussing, screaming. She gets in my face. She calls me all the same names that she was saying on the phone. And just the craziest things. And I wish there was video footage of me because I was standing there kind of like, is this really happening? Like, are you really acting this way over a color of a dress? And it was more than that. It was deeper than that. It was weird. It was some type of jealousy of me taking her brother's like attention away. Like, it was something that you hear about in the movies, okay? Because like, I always encourage, like, go hang out with your family, like go do something. Like, I do not care. But no, they blamed me for taking his attention away. Very odd, very weird. I could never treat my brother's girlfriend that way. Like, I would never have those feelings towards her. I would be like, hell yes, we're gonna match. Like, we would have probably got together already and picked a dress together. Like, that's the kind of person I am, but you know, not everyone's like that. And then, yeah, it was just insane. It was nuts, it was insane. I like did not want to go. I still ended up going, which I shouldn't have went. I should have been like, no, I'm not going. Like, she had her like boyfriend at the time too, getting in my face. It was wild. It was crazy. I'm sure she hadn't shut up about it, so he was probably like all wired up about it too. Nuts. But then, and it's like this situation happened too. It was at Christmas time. I wanted these platform Uggs, you know, like the platform Uggs that everyone was wearing a couple years ago. Well, I wanted those. She walks over and looks at his phone and sees that he's ordering me some. And she tells him, you're ordering me some too. Put 2 in the cart. That's what I want for Christmas. You're gonna get me that for Christmas. Just like that, mind you. And they don't even do gifts. They've never even done gifts as a family. They always just give each other like $100 and that's, they call it. But because I was getting that and he was getting me a gift, she wanted the same thing. Very odd. Very weird. But I didn't act that way. I didn't say, you have the same Uggs as me. You're ruining my life. You're ruining my life. How would you do this to me? Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. The list goes on. There's more. There's more.
Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe what just happened. So I'm gonna do a story time. Okay. So, rewind like 3 weeks ago. I was with my friend at Target. And we were just looking around, and there was this lady that said, excuse me, and we moved out of the way, and obviously she had enough room to like walk beside us anyway. It was just really weird, like, I don't know. And so she looked at me, she gave me the dirtiest freaking look, like, I mean, like, I thought she wanted to kill me. Like, I was like, okay, damn, I'm just standing here, but okay. And so I was like, oh my god, like, this is so weird. People are just freaking mean. And so today I went to get my nails done, and I went to TJ Maxx with my mom after, and I see this lady again there. She gives me a dirty look because we just make eye contact, like walking through different aisles. And I was like, Mom, this is so weird. The same lady that I saw that wanted to literally kill me is here right now. And so I showed her. So we walked to the other aisle, and we were looking around, and there was this other lady that was looking around as well, like in the same aisle. And she was maybe like 30, late 20s, I don't know. And she was like, excuse me. I was like, oh my god, that's the same thing. Same thing. And the lady looked up, and she was like, fuck you. I was just trying to say hi to you. And I'm like, oh my god, no way this is happening. And the lady was like confused. She was like, what? What is going on? And I was like, I went up to this lady and I was like, oh my god, like the same thing happened to me, but like a few weeks ago at Target. And it's the same lady. She was like, oh my god, what the fuck? is happening? So this lady, she goes in the aisle behind us. She's listening. I didn't know that. She's listening to what we were saying. Like, people are just freaking mean and psycho. And she comes back around and she was like, fuck you guys. I was just trying to say hi. And we're like, what is happening? And then she goes, fuck you, prima donna. And then just walks away. And everyone's looking around like, what the frick is going on? Like, what is going on? And then she left. She was like in line right in front of me, thank God. I was like, I better get out of here before a fight happens.
Hey guys, here's a story time on how me and my friends got caught sneaking out and we're not allowed to be friends anymore. The reason I have to be quiet is because my walls are paper thin and this literally happened this morning, so I don't want to be too loud on the creek. You gotta be real quiet on the creek. Never mind. Okay, so for starters, me and my best friend, we're on vacation together and we had just got back yesterday and we decided to sleep over at our other best friend's house because we didn't see her for like 2 weeks. Okay, so the best friend's house that we were sleeping at, she was like wanting to go out. I mean, we were all wanting to go out, but like she knew people, so like we went out and we got like a ride there by one of our friends. And so then we get there and we're all like, we're 30 minutes away from our house, and this is like 12 a.m., 2 a.m. Like, we stay there for a few hours, right? And so we get to the house of the people, and we're 30 minutes away, and then all of a sudden, one of my best friend that I was on vacation with, her mom texts her, where are you? And her mom knew that she wasn't home, well, at our other friend's house, because she forgot to pause her location, and her mom has her location. We literally like remembered as we got in the car, but we were like, bro, why would she check your location at 2 a.m? We didn't think anything of it. So we're freaking out. We don't have a ride home. We didn't even think about how we're gonna get back home, actually. So kind of good that we got in trouble because we would not have a way back home. But yeah, so parents were calling. Then my other friend, that house we were staying at, her parents start calling. My best friend's mom starts calling me, texting me. They're all texting me and like blowing on my phone. We're all ignoring them because we're like, what the fuck do we do? We don't have a ride home and we're not home. We're 30 minutes away. So my best friend's house that we were staying at, or my best friend's that house we were staying at, she like starts calling her grandma because her grandma's chill as fuck, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? So she's calling her grandma, and her grandma like is trying to help us, but she can't. Like, she's in Alabama. We're not in Alabama, so she can help us. And we're like, what the fuck do we do? And her grandma can't help us, but she's trying to. So then her grandma adds my friend, to a call with her parents, but her parents don't know. She secretly added her, and her parents were like talking about how she's in trouble and how it's like her friends that she's hanging around, basically me because I just started hanging out with them, and like saying that they're gonna ransack her room. I was watching the video back and I forgot to mention that her parents like went through all my shit. Like, we came back in, all my shit was rummaged through. Like, they ran through that shit. Like, all my shit was open and unzipped because they think she's doing, you know. And so then, like, my friend's mom, the one I was on vacation with, her mom's like, bro, I'm gonna come pick y'all up. So she's driving to the place, and I'm like, I don't want her parents to think I'm a bad influence. So I'm just like, y'all, I'm gonna get like an Uber home. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, bro, mom, I'm scared of their parents. Anyways, I was like, mom, I'm scared of their parents. Like, I cannot go with them to get picked up. And then she was like, you know, you gotta go. I'm gonna get you from their house. Like, you gotta go with them. So I get in the car, like 10 minutes after they already get in the car, and they already came up with a story that they told the parents, but I didn't hear the story. And so they were questioning me because they already knew, and I was like lying my ass off, and they hella knew I was lying because they already told them a story. So they're like, y'all are all saying different fucking stories. So like, fuck. So then I realized like my friend's parents took their fucking phones, and I was like, bro, y'all didn't delete shit because there's so much. Our group chat, it's getting leaked and we're fucked, right? So I was like, fuck, like, y'all didn't delete shit, like, we're doomed. Okay, so the best friend that I was on vacation with, her parents are both in the car, and then my other best friend, her mom is in the car in the back seat with me. I had to sit with her right next to her, and it was really awkward. And so my parents are already at one of my friends' house because they're like neighbors, so whatever. And so then we get to my best friend's house that we were staying at, and we get there and her dad's waiting on the driveway, and he just starts cussing us all out, like all three of us. And he just starts cussing at us saying like we can never be friends again and we're not welcome back and go grab our shit, whatever, right? So that happens, and then we go back to, I give her a hug because I'm probably never gonna see her again. Actually, I will, but like, it's gonna be a long time because her parents hate me because they think it was just me. And so then, we go back to my other friend's house, and I get my stuff because I had stuff at her house too. And basically, my friend that we were staying at her house, her parents are going through her phone and finding all the shit she's been doing because she also just snuck out the other day, and her parents didn't catch her, and they just now did because they went through her phone. So now that friend that she snuck out with is also in trouble. So the friend I was on vacation with is only grounded for the summer, and I don't know how long the friend who I was staying at her house is grounded for, but they said that we're never gonna be allowed to be friends ever again. So, and so then, like, my mom's chill, my stepdad's chill. They're just like, bro, like, this why you don't sneak out, like, you fucking idiot. But like, they didn't even care. And so then I don't have my phone taken. They have their phones taken, like, their phones are taken. But I asked my mom, I was like, wait, how did she even know that we weren't there? And so basically, my friend, not the one I went on vacation with, her mom, like, woke up in the middle of the night, had a bad feeling, and apparently she, like, called my friend's mom that we were staying at her house. She was like, where are they? Or, well, she didn't answer, so I guess she, like, drove to her house or something and was like, where are they? And she was like, sleeping upstairs. And then she was like, can you go check? And so we weren't there, and then that's how she found out. So I guess she got, like, a bad feeling. Like, genuinely, mother's intuition is not something to fucking play with. And also, the friends whose house we were staying at, her parents are like 10 times madder than anyone else's, and so they're finding out more than just sneaking out, like, she's fucked. Like, they're finding everything out, like, genuinely everything. And I just feel so bad for her because, like, bro, I have the chillest parents ever. Like, I always get caught doing shit and my mom does not care. Like, genuinely, I feel so bad for those girls. I'm sorry, guys. All I'm gonna say is, my friends that parents are pissed, she has a really bad video of me doing something, and her mom is literally snitching on everyone. So let's hope I don't get exposed, because I have to be like an angel to my mom. She knows I'm not perfect, but like, she would never expect this from me, so I'm praying for myself. So also, when I got in the car, one of their moms was like, what are the people's names? And I said one name that was the truth, and then I lied about the other two, and I didn't know that she already knew their names, and I didn't want to get my friends in trouble, or their man, or their person. And so I was like, lied. And she already knew, bro. I did not know that she knew. She was laughing in my face. She's like, that's funny as fuck. I was like, shit. But yeah, guys, that's my story time. Pray for my girls. And yeah, also, here's the nails I just did. I hella did not do this side, but yeah. Bye.
Story time, guys, on how my mother found my Shein package and went through it. Okay, so actually my boyfriend ordered it for me and shipped it to my house, and I wasn't home that day. And then she opened it and it was a dildo. So like, and then she called me, cussed me out, and was like, every time you order a package, I'm gonna start looking through it, blah blah blah, like this. I'm like, okay. And then she took it and she hid it from me. But then the next day I went and looked in her room while she was at work, and I found it. Just kidding, chat, but yeah. And then there was this other time when my boyfriend ordered me, and so I was like, okay, I was home and I was trying it on at nighttime, and I was in my closet, and my mama just bust open in my room while I was trying it on. And then she was like, "Where? Dad, you got him?" And I was like, "Nothing." I said, "It's cute. Do you want to see it?" And then I covered up everything, and I showed her. I was like, and she's like, "Take that shit." And then, you know what happened? She burned it. She took it outside and burned the shit. Now, I can't order packages unless she looks through them, so can't order no bad packages, guys. So, gotta be careful.
Genuinely, why is shit always happening to me at Target? So I just went on a quick trip to Target, and I get out of my car and I walk to the door, right? And as soon as I'm like walking into Target, there's a man who I'm assuming he just walked out because he's holding a Target bag. Like, it looks like he just walked out of Target. So I'm starting to walk in, he turns and like looks at me and then walks in the Target next to me, and I'm like, "But you have a bag, like, you just walked out of the Target." And this dude like reeks of cigarette smoke. Already I'm getting some weird vibes. Like, I'm like, okay. So we're both walking in. I am like, whatever. I grab a cart and I start going, and he like walks in front of me and starts walking like really slowly. Like, he's trying to wait for me to like catch up to him and go around him. But like, no, I wait for him to go, and he decides, like, he comes past the dollar section and like takes a turn, and I keep going straight because I'm like, yeah, what fucking ever, dude. And like, he like looks at me while I keep going, and I'm just like, whatever. I do my thing. I'm shopping. I've made my way to the like children's section. Like, I go past the like women's section, and now I'm looking at the children's section because low key some of those little kid clothes, why are they cute? So I'm like, I'm just looking, I'm just browsing, and I see at the corner of my eye this man is walking towards me, and he's like staring at me, eye contact, and I look at him back. I'm like, and he darts off into the baby section. I'm like, not to make any assumptions, but I'm like, you're not going to the baby section to shop, baby. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? So I'm starting to get a little bit freaked out because I'm like, why did he followed me back into Target, and now he like went all the way around to meet back up with me, and then looked at me, and then I looked back, and then he like walked away slowly, still looking at me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I keep walking. I go to the food section to buy groceries. I'm over near like the frozen, like not the frozen, but like during like the refrigerated section, like the fruits or whatever, and there he comes back this way, eye contact with me, and I'm just like, he's slowly walking towards me. So I go off into the aisles. Luckily there's like a lot of employees around, and I'm kind of like sticking near the employees because I'm definitely getting freaked out. Like, I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable. Like, he is like strategically going around Target to like follow me. Like, keeps like trying to come to like cut me off. So I'm like, whatever, my groceries can wait. I turn back around and I decide to head to checkout. And I'm like looking around really closely. Like, I am so fucking freaked out at this point because I'm like, he is following me around. Like again, I see him like looking at me, trying to walk close to me, trying to walk over to me. So I just check out. Like, I'm talking to the employees. I'm just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, how's your Wednesday? And I'm just like, I'm trying to decide if I should like tell them or not because he hasn't gotten like too close to me. But I'm like, okay, if I see him one more time, like, I will tell an employee. But I leave Target, I get to my car. Luckily I don't see him again. Like, I was scared he was gonna follow me out to my car, and then I would have like fucking cried and thrown up all over the place. But like, by the time I got to my car, I was so shaken. Like, I don't know, like, I don't want it to sound like I'm exaggerating, but like, I was really freaked out by the fact that like I realized he was following me around. Like, I've never been followed around by a man like before, and it was like super unsettling. Like, I'm still a little freaked out. Like, he was following me and like staring at me. Like, he had no business following my ass back into Target after he had his little bag in his hand already. Follow me in and then go through like the children's sections to go like stare at me. And like, my ass is not gonna end up in a fucking true crime. Like, every time he looked at me, I would like glare at him. It was like I was fucking holding my little keychain with my little pepper spray like it was a fucking sword. I'm like, and I mean, he didn't fuck with me. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Am I not allowed to go to Target anymore? Like, genuinely, my last 2 trips to Target have been hell. I'm just gonna stop going to that Target, I think, because it's bad vibes.